everyone has heard this as a kid, right? Don't talk to strangers. I don't believe in that. I think you should talk to all the strangers. And I'm going to prove why with 2 stories, okay? So, back in New York, Christoph story, you know, there's a 24-hour deli, and after a long days of just watching movies, I like to go get some food. So I go in, I see this guy, about the same height as me, he's just totally drunk, out of his mind. He gives me a look up and down, just goes like this. He goes for a high five, and I'm just like, all right, you know what, I'm going to give this guy a high five. I give him a high five, and I go to walk past him. He stops me. He leans in, as if he's going to talk dirty to me. And he just goes, do you like Super Smash Brothers? I'm like, this would be the perfect time to say no and just walk on, but that's no fun. So I'm like, yeah, I like Super Smash Brothers. He then leans in closer, almost licking my ear. Goes, do you like Super Smash Bros. Melee? At this point, I know I'm in for a good time. I'm like, yeah, let's go, baby! So I say, yeah, of course. This starts a 15-minute long conversation where we talk about his life, his family, and I meet his girlfriend, lovely person. But we go on our separate ways. I go to get my food, he goes out the door. 5 minutes later, he comes back in, stands right next to me. He's gonna continue the fucking conversation. We're in for a good fucking time. So, we continue on, and I'm starting to get this familiar sensation, like I know this guy. But it passes. I learned about, like I said, I learned about his family. I learned about the time he came to Scotland, where he almost died, at Super Smash Brothers, that is. But he's alive, and I've actually then met up with him again at a Super Smash Bros. Tournament in New York City. While I was in New York City, however, I met another guy. So everyone is probably on Facebook, Instagram, and they have gone to some site that has humans of. So I met the guy. I was sitting in New York in Grand Central Station, and I was wearing some really funky pants, and he was like, "Hey, can I take your photo?" I didn't know the guy, I didn't know any better. I was like, "Sure, this sounds like a great idea." So he takes my photo, and he says, "Can I ask you a few questions? I'm from Humans in New York." I have never heard of Humans in New York, so I'm like, all right. And it then goes to the point of him asking the first question. What is your biggest issue in life? Oh my god! I don't know where to start! Well, and then I started thinking, and it's like, I don't know this guy. He says he's a blogger. This is going online. I have to lie. So I say trust, because I clearly don't trust him. He then goes, well, can you elaborate on that? And I tell this dramatic story of how I'm depressed. My parents don't believe me because they're Republican and want to send me away to a mental institution. If you go to 2013 on Humans of New York, there's a story about a little kid who's about to get sent to a mental institution with my face on it. So, this causes people to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry on Facebook, we're here for you, we believe in you, you can do it, and then someone tags me in the post. And I start getting messages. And I get messages like, I believe in you, you can do this, do you like Super Smash Brothers? That was a long joke for just that punchline, thank you, I'm Jessy, Stanley.